Okay, Mr. Dan Gillian, it appears, has followed me on my Twitter account. Let me turn this off. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start, finally, now that I have enough evidence, the evidence I got is astronomical, literally. Anyways, okay, so, as a result of biding my time in order to be able to get the evidence correlated to other identical evidence, and then the only reason why I haven't went to Mr. Dan Gillian or Mary Frances Prevost yet is because I've had to spend at least 4 months finding new hiking areas, situating property to drop off at all 4, surviving the current events that have occurred, surviving the current the non-stop harassment on each day, keeping the public informed about current events, shopping, dinner, just everything that it takes, for that compromises a person's everyday schedules, groceries, laundry, stuff like that. So I'm finally I'm getting to the point now to where I'm like 85% situated to where I can now have the time it takes to approach lawyers and follow through. And I'm predicting it right. I am predicting it right now that they're going to come to this area, either right before. This is the area I was assaulted at on July 9th, 2014. And I find it kind of funny that. Well, why is my video camera so blurry right here? I could make some statements concerning some of the technological resources of the criminals that I'm aware of. I'm not going to say any more, but trust me, I have undisputable knowledge and evidence pertaining to that statement. Now, just heard a siren and a car door shut, so I'm just going to have to say it. Let's see if any problems transpire here. Anyways, this is the area that I was assaulted at on July 9th, 2014. And the police refused to go to any of the areas of any of the individuals that have been propped up to engage in nonstop harassment of me, brutal assaults. That's right. So they know, I have no doubt in my mind at all, that the San Diego Police Department know that I'm whistleblowing about them all over the internet, because cyber surveillance is directly connected to the criminalities, the type of criminality that I'm experiencing. It's all over the internet that it is. Now, organized stalking can be extensively Googled and researched. Organized stalking is a type of a crime that has many different subset crimes that they bring about against the organized stalking target. Excuse me. This crime can also be called gang stalking. Anybody that watches this video can feel free to go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids to see that this crime is being acknowledged by the public. It's being realized by the public as a result of it being covered on the news. This crime has also been covered on national radio shows, national TV shows, and local news broadcasts. I have literally been on national radio shows exposing the criminality that's been occurring towards me, including statements of what I was experiencing at this area on the national radio shows. So the reason why I decided to I was notified on my phone last night that Dan Gillian followed me. I don't know if he's going to continue to follow me. I will send him tweets. What I'm trying to do is leave information online showing that these lawyers that I'm attempting to contact these lawyers, and any type of replies that I might get from any of them. It's because as a result of organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking, researching some of the techniques that they engage in order to at least interrupt the communications of a target that they're attempting to make to anybody that can advocate for them, are all over the internet. Email interception, faking email replies to places that the targeted individual will send for help. they will literally intercept an email a target sends for help and then fake the reply by literally even hacking into the email account of the law firm or lawyer, okay, that the target is attempting to reach. And I got testimony on digital tape recorders, okay, to this effect as a result of other organized stalking targets being on national radio shows talking about this, and their videos that are online. They will also intercept and reroute phone calls made to law firms, advocacy groups, and lawyers, okay? They can also do a bunch of other things, like literally even including, listen to this, and I literally have an audio file of a victim of this crime on a national radio show stating that they basically engaged in some phone interceptions and then called up a news reporter that he was conversing with, that he was trying to get help from, and the perpetrators literally called the news reporter excuse me, pardon me. What they did was they basically discovered that this individual was having communications with a news reporter. So what they did was they called up the news reporter and pretended to be the target and started acting crazy in order to influence the news reporter's deliberations about the mental stability of the target, okay? They will also call law firms and state that I've gotten another lawyer and I no longer need your help. Now, this is where that one targeted individual on the national radio show stated that they will go as far, and listen to this. Look, right now what I'm doing is I'm literally just regurgitating, okay, what I have on audio file in reference to what targets have stated that have been on national radio shows, okay? One target said that they morphed his voice, and I did Google this in reference to this being one of their techniques, that they morphed his voice and then called it was either a lawyer or a newspaper reporter, pretended to be him, and told them that he was no longer interested in conversing with them. Now, this is done to keep the target isolated in the criminalities of what is happening to them by either getting lawyers or reporters to walk away from the target, or by pretending to be the target to make the law firm or lawyer believe that the target's walking away. These are the little lengths that these individuals will go to. Now, in closing, I'm gonna make a statement here. If you go to Mary Frances Provost, she's got at least 2 web pages that I've noticed. I think maybe one might be an old one, and I got the printout concerning it. And on the bottom of one of her older websites, I noticed that she filed a class action lawsuit concerning, I guess, specific, I think they were different. I don't think there was just one law enforcement agency or department. Hold on. Anyways, I don't think it was just one law enforcement agency / department that was doing this. I haven't read the printout in a little while, but it was reflecting, it was stating that she filed a class action lawsuit, okay, against specific law enforcement agencies. Hold on. San Diego Fire Department. Okay. Was just parked off this road. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the statement. I could, you know, just after I make this statement, research what I state. Go to Google and go to YouTube and type in fire department personnel and gang stalking, organized stalking. Okay. All right. So, anyways, that's just a tidbit, personal sidebar notation. Anyways, on one of her older websites, and again, I did print it out, so I literally can prove. Well, I mean, I can literally show that she had, because I don't know if this information is on her newer website, but on her older one, if it is the older one, she had some information towards the bottom of it, and it stated that on the behalf of 10,000 clients, a class action lawsuit that she was fighting, and I think she lost it because the system is so corrupt. You would not believe how corrupt our system is. Anyway, so I think she lost it, and if memory serves me correctly, she appealed it. Anyways, it was a class action lawsuit pertaining to 10,000 victims that had their blood illegally taken from them by specific law enforcement agencies and hospitals. And the key point here to this briefing is that what they were doing in these hospitals is that they were literally the individuals that wanted the blood. I believe it was personally for DNA harvesting. Yeah, and a lot of people don't even know that that's going on. Just trust me, I do, okay? Anyways, they were literally going into these hospitals, okay, and dressing up and masquerading as nurses and administrative staff in order to illegally take blood from people, and they got caught. Now, masquerading as, you can go to Google and type in organized stalking. Anytime I say organized stalking, you also do a research also as well to the description. Any description I make, cross-reference it to organized stalking and gang stalking, because they're the same exact crime. They just go by, actually they go by multiple different names: cause stalking, revenge stalking, multi-stalking, gang stalking, organized stalking. Anyways, you can go to the internet right now, literally, and you can research how organized stalking expeditions, in reference to the perpetrators, one of their techniques is to literally dress up and pretend to be homeless people. Because I guess they want to anchor in the target's mind that the person who just assaulted them is homeless, and so therefore they probably can never be found. You see, after they leave the area from where the assault took place at. That's right. You can also look up how they will intentionally use what is known as lookalikes. Now, the only individuals they had the capacity to be able to, like, if you looked at, well, you're looking at me right now, so you can kind of see how I look, even though I just woke up. But the point I'm trying to make is this: is that the only kinds of people, groups, let's just say groups, that would have the ability to, you're seeing a picture of me. And then if you have a group or an agency, okay, that would take a picture of me and then say, okay, how can we find somebody that looks like her, okay, is law enforcement at the federal, state, and local level. Either, let me just put it to you this way, either at the federal, state, or local level, because they got mugshots. Okay, they got facial recognition programs. So they basically would just look at the features, okay, of a target. Okay, and then look at mugshots or persons of interest pictures, and look at them, okay, and think to themselves, well, this is a person who's gotten in trouble with the law before. We can approach them. We can offer them this. We can offer them that. Just trust me on this, okay? I know what I'm talking about. Okay, and we can find out if we can find them as a result of a current phone number or a current address, approach them and ask them to do something. And this is done for psychological operations of organized stalking. And the only thing I'm doing right now is I'm explaining to you some of their techniques that are all over the internet in reference to what they do. Okay, I'm not stating or explaining bizarre things that are not being noticed by other people. And I'm not saying that I'm experiencing lookalikes, but what I'm saying, though, is that I'm trying to explain in detail that these have been identified descriptions of how far these groups will go that are on the internet. Okay? So what we have to do in these expeditions is that we have to try and prove that, yes, certain people have noticed that you're trying to contact them, because the other day, in closing, I went and I left some information on I went to Dan Gillian's YouTube channel, and then I went to Mary Frances Prevost' YouTube channel, and I left comments. I left on 4 separate comments on a identical video on Mary Frances Prevost' YouTube channel, and I took a video picture as the comment was being made, then as it was being posted, then as it posted. Then I went back and I did some other things on my phone, you know. Then I went back to her channel, brought those videos back up, and the comments were erased. Now, they did the same thing on a couple of Dan Gillian YouTube videos that I made posts and comments on that were videotaped as they were being made and posted, and then they were erased as well. Now, I recently just went and reviewed a couple of the later ones, and they're still on there, okay? And I have also sent some tweets to Mr. Gillian and to Miss Mary Frances Prevost. Now, if they ever see this video, I'm going to make a statement to them real briefly, and then I'm going to go. I was brutally arrested at SDSU on February 1st, 2013 for minding my own business. It was a staged arrest. I literally predicted this arrest in an audio file on my way to SDSU and right before I walked into the library where the event occurred at, within 2 minutes of me arriving in the media room in the library, in the Love Library. This event also took place within 36 hours after I contacted Senator Feinstein about a crime that happened to me on an MTS bus, but that contact that I sent to her was anonymous. It did not include my name. It just included a description about how a learning disabled woman was brutally assaulted on an MTS bus, the fact that MTS sent that woman an altered video, and then it stated, will this woman be banned from any university campus as a result of contacting you? And within 36 hours, I was arrested and banned from SDSU, and they told me it was only for 7 days for minding my own business. Okay, now since cyber surveillance is a methodology of these criminalities, they saw that I made this contact with Ms. Feinstein at California State San Marcos. Okay, and the contact to Ms. Feinstein was printed out and videotaped. Okay, so we can prove that within 36 hours of me contacting her anonymously, okay, I was arrested and banned at SDSU the very first time that I arrived on their campus from the time that Senator Feinstein was contacted. So basically what I'm saying is that in organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions, they cyber surveil what you're doing and for a benefit analysis and a threat assessment. And if they see anything you're doing online is making them feel threatened, if it's making them feel like this is getting too bad as far as exposure goes, or if the person's contacting people that they don't want to have to answer to, whatever, they will then engage in behaviors in order to get you off, to prevent you from coming back to any environment where the crime actually might be happening to you at SDSU. Okay, so what they basically did was they approached me with a lie, and the lie was caught on audio file. Okay, because I caught it on audio file, the media room employees stating to me they did not know the person who went and got SDSU police. Okay, but yet when he came back with SDSU police, he walked behind the media counter. I got the lie in audio, and I got him walking behind the media counter on video. One of the SDS police officers also went into my bra to take out a digital tape recorder that was in a pouch attached to my bra, excuse the descriptiveness, okay, and because the whole interaction between me and the SDSU police was caught on a tape recorder, she literally went inside my bra, took it out, and erased the audio file. Then they proceeded to take me upstairs after violently throwing me to the floor, putting handcuffs on me. They took me upstairs and went through all of my property, in my backpack, my duffel bag, my pockets and everything. Yeah, and then they tried to claim I was resisting arrest, and I caught them in a lie in reference to the lie they perpetrated towards me as a result of them trying to say that since they couldn't identify me by my license that I would have to leave, and I told them I wasn't leaving because I knew that this was a staged event, and that's when they arrested me. But I can prove they lied about the license, undeniably. Okay, so that's one crime that's happened to me. The second crime, multiple crimes have happened to me. I was brutally assaulted on an MTS bus on October 10, 2011. And then MTS sent me an altered video. Now you can go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Then go to Google and YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes how MTS assault video is altered. And when you look at that YouTube video of me being assaulted, go into the description of that YouTube video. And there's some information in there, and there's 2 blogs that are copied and pasted in the description of that YouTube video. Okay, click on both blogs, and in at least one of the blogs is a PDF attachment, a PDF link attachment titled Assault 11. Click on it. Now, once you bring that up, you're going to see that I literally predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred in an email file, and then that's like the first page of the PDF link, and then like page 2, 3, and I think maybe there's 4, maybe a 5th piece of paper shows MTS acknowledging that the brutal assault took place on October 10, 2011, and the email prediction was made on September 29th, 2011. 11 days before it occurred, and it literally states in that email that I am predicting that I'll be brutally assaulted either walking down the street, riding my bike, or on public transportation as a result of contacting Barbara Boxer about what was happening to me along my routes and at SUSD. Okay, now third bit of complaint. Third complaint. I was sexually harassed by 2 San Diego Sheriff's officers inside the Hall of Justice on February 20th, 2013, and it was caught on audio file. I contacted their internal affairs. They sent me a complaint form. I filled it out and sent it back. They did nothing. Also, the DA's office, the San Diego Police Department, and the prosecutor's office, the prosecutor's office was informed about the sexual harassment. The San Diego's District Attorney's Office and the San Diego Police Department was contacted about, not only about the fact that the MTS assault video was altered, but I'm making a statement in this video right now. It has been realized since I got the police report concerning that brutal assault that they put lies in it and omitted facts. Now, there was a professor at USD, his name was Eric Pearson. He saw video clips of still frames of that video of me being assaulted. And he's a professor in communications that specializes in videos and images. He saw that video, he saw that online and posted it to a website called First Post. So he was basically acknowledging that the video was altered. And I printed out the information that's showing that he was the one that posted it to First Post website. Since then, it appears that that has been scrubbed from the internet. Okay, now, fourth complaint. I have over the last 2-year period attempted to make anywhere between 17 and 23 separate, that means on separate physical dates. I mean on separate calendar dates in the presence of separate physical police officers, San Diego, one of them being Officer Averellis, okay, for them to make a police report concerning me being targeted with organized stalking, and they denied my right to do it every single time. Also, the San Diego Police Department and the San Diego District Attorney's Office was notified by me through email, physical appearances, faxes, and certified mail return receipt letters that the video MTS sent me was altered. Now, obstructing justice by altering materials of discovery, which is evidence, is a felony. And as a result of that not being properly investigated, that means then that the 2-year time limit of me filing a lawsuit against MTS does not apply because the investigation was obstructed to begin with, along with physically altering materials of discovery. So I'm going to upload this video and put Dan Gillian and Mary Frances Prevost's name on it, okay? You can also see me in a news conference on Gloria Allred's YouTube channel in the Filner March, the YouTube video that's titled Filner March, okay? Go to her YouTube channel and then look for the video that's got the Filner March or the Filner protest. And then when you bring up that video, press play. It's a YouTube video of the press conference of that rally. I was right there, sitting two feet away from Miss Allred. Okay, kneeling down, holding up a white sign with a white T-shirt. Both the sign and the T-shirt stated, "I was sexually assaulted by San Diego Sheriff's officers." Now, when you bring up that video, as soon as you press play and the video begins, press stop, and you will literally see me right out in the open, kneeling down, when the YouTube video time clock is at 0.00 and 0.01. That's why you got to stop it. And then you'll see me later on again after Miss Allred asked for a round of applause pertaining to the Afghanistan veteran who was sexually harassed by Filner, Catherine. After Miss Allred states, let's give a big round of applause for Catherine. After the applause occurs, I say, "We love you, Catherine," and then the video momentarily goes right on me. And excuse the way I look, but I got some dental problems right now. But anyway, so that's and I also got the UT San Diego Union Tribune. That was on the front page, and you can see a corner of me on the newspaper article when they covered that protest. Okay. So it's been proven that I have brought this to the public attention that I was sexually harassed by San Diego Sheriff's officers, and none of them did one thing. Now, I'm still being retaliated against as a result of exposing this crime. They're just doing it creatively. They're using neighborhood homeless people. They're using members in the community to harass me creatively and overtly, okay, along my routes. It's actually called civil harassment and retaliation, which is a crime, but they're using organized stalking sensitization methods to do it. Now, so we're gonna see if any event causes me to be banned from this area, told to move from this area. Oops, excuse me. I just ate a Pop-Tart. We're gonna see if anything happens at this area that causes me to be banned, that causes me to have to move. We're gonna see if I get assaulted, okay, at this area again, okay? I've been assaulted once at this area, and then I was brutally assaulted right across the street from it at a place that I go sit down at once I leave this area every day in order to take my computer from my backpack to put it in the basket on my bike so I don't have to walk way up the street with that, you know, the heavy load in my backpack. So whenever I leave this area every day, I walk up the hill, cross the street, and sit on the sledge in order to take the computer out of my backpack and put it in the basket on my bike. Well, one of the individuals that had harassed me on prior occasions walked up to me and assaulted me. And you know what they're literally doing? They're trying to blame me being assaulted on their excuses of why I'm being assaulted is they're trying to say that I'm taking video pictures of people for no reason. That's not true. What I'm doing is taking video pictures of people who have harassed me on prior occasions or who are approaching me, okay, especially at this area because of the way they're doing it. They're doing it violently, they're doing it suspiciously, and since I'm down here by myself, and since I've been subject to a huge amount of harassment at this area, whenever anybody approaches me, I will videotape them. It's my right, it's not against the law to do that, but they're trying to use that as an excuse of why I'm being assaulted. Yeah, can you believe that crazy shit? Oh, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but let me just show you something here right now. What I'm going to do, I know I've said a lot in this, but there was a lot to be said. I'm going into my calendar right now in order to be able to prove the date that these predictions are being made. You can see that it's July 15th, okay? It's July 15th, 2014, and this is the area that I was brutally assaulted at right here, okay, on July 9th, 2014. Now, in closing, let me state this. In this video, I have already predicted two things that happened to me as a result of me being victimized by this type of criminality. But I want you to listen to this. I've been assaulted 4 times now. Every single assault was predicted. 2 were predicted in email files, okay? All 4 were predicted in audio files, and 1 was predicted in a video file. And that one was the one that just occurred here. On July 6, 2014, I was literally standing outside of this tent, making a video prediction before I left for the day. I stated some things about what was happening to me here. I also stated, let's see if anything happens here, including assaults. And I took a very wide angle picture of where I was at. Okay, now the times, and then I went and I uploaded it on that day. Hold on a second. That was July 6, 2014. Okay. Now, I had to take off my long pants, my sweatshirt. Now, that video was made on July 6th, 2014, which you can see is right here on Sunday. I then went to UCSD and uploaded it, okay? Then I get assaulted right here at the very spot that the video was made at, because the assault was caught on tape. Now, the video camera operates by timestamp. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I predicted the assault. Oh, hold on. I predicted the assault. This phone is touchy. Hold on a second. Okay, I predicted the assault on the 6th, which is right here, Sunday, the 6th. And then I'm brutally assaulted on the 9th, at the very spot where I made the video stating that, let's see if I am assaulted here. At this area on the 6th, the video was uploaded on the 6th, and I still got the video file on the video card. And then I'm brutally assaulted at the very spot I made the video at on the 9th. Okay? Every single brutal assault that has occurred towards me was predicted before I even reached the environments that they occurred at, and this one being the actual environment that it occurred at. That's right. So, you know, and then when any lawyer or law firm observes the astronomical amount of evidence I got on audio and video file, their jaw will literally drop. Literally. I got over right now 800 audio files of the same exact identical verbal harassment happening around me every single day, everywhere I go. Literally. And I also got video files of it as well, happening at multiple different places. And then I have been denied my right to make a police report concerning it. So these are just a tidbit, you know, a summarization of some of the crimes that I've been enduring. Now, as far as me hiking, hold on a second. As far as me hiking in California, my rent was stolen out of the mail. Now, anybody can go to Google and YouTube and type in organized stalking or gang stalking, and mail theft and mail delayment, and or postal workers, and they will see that stealing a targeted individual's mail is a methodology of organized stalking. I just uploaded some of Connie Marshall's information about how they're intercepting her USPS mail on her website. She's literally got the video pictures of the mail that's been intercepted or tampered with. Okay? That's why I cannot trust any of my communications, electronic or paper. You know, USPS. And the rent was mailed, certified mail return receipt. And I still got the track and confirm today. That that method they used to create the homelessness was predicted by me and 9 notaries that I still have. That's right. Alright, so I don't know how this is coming across to the lawyers that I'm going to be referring this video to, but understand, please. I'm a very intelligent woman. I got a degree in drafting. I went to school for electrical engineering. Okay, I also got certificates in other things, you know, education-wise. I know I'm not, just because I'm learning disabled does not mean that I'm stupid. It only means that I have a different learning style than most people. But I am very smart, okay? The evidence I got is in your face, literally undeniable, okay? And the amount of evidence I got is huge. So, anybody that has a law degree would be able to then sit back and ask themselves, what then gives any law enforcement department or agency or branch the right to deny my civil rights to make a police report concerning this? Then we got to look at this harassment going on businesses, properties, the business community, in the business community, on university property, the fact that MTS sent me an altered video of me being assaulted, the police obstructing justice concerning the whole entire expedition, okay, which I can detail. So, I'm making this video because of the simple fact that organized stalking targets do have their communications intercepted, okay? Literally, you just would not believe what I know. Alright, I'm in San Diego, California. These crimes are directly connected to human trafficking as well. There are also some of the criminal motivations they have for a target. They target the disabled, the elderly, single mothers. It's about racketeering, insurance fraud, human trafficking, and some other crimes. That's the criminal motivation they have for targets, and that's part of the reason why they create the homelessness, to make them destitute, in order to continue the campaign so they can achieve the original motivation of why the target was selected to begin with. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. If any event transpires, including a trespass notice, because they already work with property owners and landlords to assist them in evicting a target. So do you honestly think that they don't know where I'm at? In order to be able to conclude who pays the taxes on this property, get their name, find out their phone number, and then approach them with bullshit, and then work in a cooperating relationship with them to have them approach me here to give me a trespass notice or leave one on my tent. Because what they're doing right now is trying to steer me to other isolated environments where anything can happen to me. Rape, robbery, assaults, or all three, or worse. This is a prediction video in part. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I do not do drugs. I do not drink. I do not steal. I do not sleep around. I am not mentally ill. I'm making these closing statements in order to be able to, well, let me just put it to you this way. These are the kinds of labels that the organized crime members in the system that are perpetrating these criminal realities attempt to put on organized stalking targets. Okay, so police officers, doctors, some lawyers, prosecutors usually, probate attorneys, okay, are also connected to these crimes. Hospital administrative staff can also be connected to these crimes. Social services workers. That's right. This is organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level. But they are still violating individuals' constitutionally guaranteed right, the federal constitution and the state constitution. So just because this is organized crime in the system, which they are breaking the law in order to expedite these crimes, does not mean that they cannot be litigated against. because they are violating targeted individuals' civil rights, and crimes are happening to targets that they're not investigating that they should be. And they're not investigating them intentionally. And I can prove it. Alright, I gotta go. I'm sorry this video was a little bit long-winded, but I needed to make it. Especially pertaining to the fact that this is also a video prediction pertaining to this area. This is the area that I was brutally assaulted at on July 9th, 2014, and please excuse my appearance, but I just woke up about an hour ago, and the last few days it's been a little humid, so alright, I gotta go. Please say a prayer for me. This video is going to be directly put online, and in the title I will state Dan Gillian and Mary Frances Prevost's name in order to try and get their attention that this crime is happening to me. I live in La Jolla, very close to UCSD. Okay, I do appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.